Well, hi, everybody. Welcome to the Craft Hour here on Pink Fresh Studios YouTube channel. I'm your host, Jeff Lindberg. What a pleasure to be with you this Saturday as we get ready for the holidays. No matter what you celebrate, how you celebrate, it is the best time of year. I hope that you're settled in, cozy, and feeling really good about an hour with me and my special guest. We're so glad to have you for another show. I enjoy this time so much, and it's a pleasure to be with you. Hey, if you are new in the comments, will you let us know with an N? And if you're here for our special guest, would you put a C in the comments? Because she's got to know that there's so many people that are here to see her. Hey, one of the things that have happened recently in my life is that I had the honor of getting married. Oh my gosh, 15 plus years. It only makes sense for us to go ahead and get married. When I go down to the desktop, no ring on the finger yet. It's being ordered, but it'll come soon. But I was thinking while I was getting ready for this show, can you imagine how many thank you cards I'm going to have to give out for so many nice gifts and sentiments? So I asked our guest today to help me design a thank you card to get ready for all of those nice gifts that have been pouring in with support for Dan and myself. So I see all of your congratulations too. I see so many familiar faces. Jennifer D, of course, is here, my fellow colleague. And our moderator in the sky helping us is Leah Lawson. Leah joins us and she'll be moderating along today. So again, make sure you hit us up with an N if you've never seen the Craft Hour. That means you're new. And if you're here for our special guest, Channin Pelletier, well, you get to hit a C because we want to know that you're here for C, Channin. So I'm so glad. Let's go ahead and get into it, shall we? Let's invite our special guest into the show and welcome her and check in with life in Arizona. Hi, Channin. Good to see you. You switched on me.
No,
We just got to fix your landscape one more time. Always happens when I put you back in the waiting room. There you go. Hi, friend. How are you? Welcome back to the Craft Hour. You're back. I was able to help us. You're back for a second show. You look perfect. It's great as always. You got the Christmas tree out, so that must mean you're preparing for the holidays. How's holiday preparation going at your house?
Good. I'm behind as always, but that's nothing new.
Yeah. I mean, you have a little bit of work, you got a little bit of shopping, you got all of the above. Lauren, I hope I'm spelling saying your version of Lauren correctly. Miss Cunningham, I'm glad that you watch the replays all the time, but for you to be here live with Channin and I means the world. So thank you so much for being here. Good morning from Illinois to you, Miss Hall. So glad to have you join us. And Jennifer, a Saturday edition indeed. Craft Hour is always more fun on Saturdays, that's for sure. Colleen, welcome to the show. So what is the weather in Arizona, my friend? What you got going on out there?
Well, I think it's cold, but it's beautiful and sunny. I'm sure most people would laugh, but I think we're a high today of like 70. So maybe high 60s. So, but that's cold.
We're the warmer weather holiday friends, aren't we? I've got warm weather and in shorts too as I Craft Hour with all of you. It'll be very interesting to see the differences in the comments. I'm sure everybody will share with us how they are not experiencing the same warm weathers for the holidays. So Channin, thank you so much for saying that you thought that we could write some thank you cards today because, there's a lot of thanks to give for so many people that are sending in their love. So we thought that we would go with a little thank you note using some of our favorite products. Both have been released and some newer released products, which is good. Tell us a little bit about what we're doing today.
So we're doing something a little different. We're going to ink blend over one of the foiled backgrounds, the new quadrant backdrop, this awesome hot foil plate. We're going to use the coordinating layering stencils, and we're going to ink blend it kind of like typical what you do, but then we're going to do it one step further and add some texture with our ink pads. And this is something fun. I think it kind of gets a different look to that kind of standard ink blended foil background, just takes it up a notch. And I think there's a lot of possibilities, a lot more possibilities for adding texture with your stencils.
Absolutely. And, with all the fun that Pink Fresh Studio has been doing with geometrics, and they're classic florals. This just expands the utilization of how you could use them and what they look like when they're being used. You pick some really great colors that work well in my personal life. We're going to be doing a lot of the cool tones, those blues today, right?
Yes. Pink Brush has a lot of blues, and I wanted keep things kind of tone on tone-ish because it just works
Sure.
better. So we went with the cools, and I really like the color combo.
Excellent. Well, my friend, why don't I go ahead and get us started, and we'll go through the products, but I'll send you back to the waiting room so that you can switch your screen back to your desktop, and then we'll get started on the show. Sound good?
Sounds good.
All right, back to the waiting room you go. Everybody, you're watching the Craft Hour here at Pink Fresh Studio. We're watching with moderator Leah Lawson joining me, so be sure to say hi to Leah. And, you know, it's the holidays, so we've got a special surprise for each of you. Do you know that this episode of the Craft Hour is just a little bit different? It's the holiday season, and that means that you need to treat yourself to some stuff. So this time, by participating in our comments, we will have the ability to give out not one, but two of something a little bit different. Leah, what are we doing this week that is so different? What is the price of our gift cards this time? Everybody check this out. Leah, Kinnery, and Heather were very generous. Take a look at the amount coming your way if you participate. And the best way to do that is to follow my instructions during the show. Sound good? All right. It's going to be a cool day no matter what, especially with the colors that we have. Let's go ahead and bring in our special guest to join us one more time. Sound good? All right, let's get her back in really quick and do that by finding her again. There we go. Admit. All right, we're back. Let's head over to the desktops, shall we? Hi, friend, you're back. Let's see. Do we have you yet?
Yeah, I'm just having a hard time switching my camera around for some reason.
Got it. That's okay.
Let's see. There we go.
Perfect. Well, friends, as we get ourselves set up, we just want to remind you that participating in the show starts with those thumbs up. So be sure to start giving us a thumbs up. There's so many of you here already. Hit that thumbs up so we can get started. As you saw, $50 gift cards. What a cool way to treat yourself, which is awesome. All right, let's get you back in view. What do we think? We got your desktop. You got your hot foil machine going. I'm using a Glimmer as well. It's off to the side. But let's review our product, shall we? We are going to be using, as we mentioned, the quadrant backdrop, and we'll need all three of those pieces. We'll need the foil template as well as the die cut. And then we will, it would help if I switched over to my desktop for you all. There you go. And then we would have the crafting stencil as well. So we'll need all three of those, right, friend?
Yes.
And then we're going to also use the brand new You're the Best. We're going to use a sentiment from that's going to pair nicely with Jeff Alphas. I hope y'all have been enjoying the Jeff Alphas. We'll be spelling the word thanks. So if you have those at home, get those out as well. You can see the colors laid out here on my desk: aquamarine, tidal pond, summer shower, seaside. We also have slumber, storm, sapphire, and stargazer all lined up as part of today. All right, I need to get out a hot foil plate, it looks like, right?
Yes. So my machine's ready to go. So I'm going to put my plate down and go ahead, hit that timer, get it going. I am a lazy hot foiler, so I've just got a big piece of paper. This is 5.5 by 8.5. That way I make sure I get it on this paper.
Very good, me too.
And then I'm going to use pewter. This came with my pack of metallics, and I never use this one very much. So I'm kind of like in a quest to use up the foils that I don't use very much.
And I am going to be using also a Spellbinders product. I am using the matte silver for mine, which also would be that same effect. But Channon's demonstrating that it is one and the same, as long as it has that similar feel to it.
I actually think yours is going to be nicer. I think the matte will be prettier.
Wait until you see this ink blending technique, and then we will say whose is nicer. Yeah, right. Do you know that I have a Sizzix Tim Holtz Vagabond 2 from back in the day? And I did
Oh,
not
wow.
know this whole time that I can just put that through it, my spell binders through it. I had no idea, but now I know
I didn't know
for the
that.
future. Yeah. All right, I have a
mine's
timer ready.
So I'm gonna pull that off. I like to detach it first and then make my sandwich because I don't know, it takes so much force to detach
It
it.
does, right?
I'm gonna lay my foil shiny side down. Grab my cardstock.
Do you love that we've all become just a little braver when touching it than we did when we first started?
I was
It's
so
sort of like
afraid to be burned.
it's like a chef nowadays, right? We just like go for it.
I've rarely been burned. I've burned much more cooking. All right. Okay. Oh, yours looks like it turned out good.
Yeah.
Perfect. Look at that. Gorgeous.
Look at that. And we can save that for that cover plate as well.
Yes.
I love that Christmas music is randomly playing in my house. Hold on just one second.
All right, I've got to move everything aside now. Now we're ready to do the ink blending. So I got to make some room.
And I take it we can put all this away, correct?
Yep, we are done foiling.
Look how effortless that was. I'm not being a very good host. Hi, everybody. I need to check in and say hi to everybody, but that's how we have Leah doing the heavy lifting for us. Vicky, I'm glad that you're here. Oh my goodness, there's a new Navy foil, D says. I can't wait to see the Navy. Good gracious, that sounds beautiful.
D knows what's up. She knows what's
D
going on.
does. We all want to be more like her.
Yes, definitely.
All right, stencils out. Is it stencils out time?
Yes. I'm going to grab a couple little pieces of tape too to kind of hold my stencils in place. And let's just if it matters, let's just start with stencil 1. Okay. I got to look at I didn't put them away properly. So let's see, that's 2, 3, 1. Okay, line that up. That's not how it goes. There we go.
Try to zoom in for y'all a little bit so you can watch my ink blending.
Yeah, I'll move my camera down again. I think this is as low as it's gonna get. That's as low as I can get it. Okay, so, and for this one, let's start with, so we're going to use 2 inks to ink blend so we can get a subtle kind of gradation. We're going to have it darker in the corner or at the top and then get kind of lighter down. So, and to achieve that, we're going to use 2 inks, but I do recommend starting light. And we're going to start with aquamarine and tidal pool will be our dark. So aquamarine is our light, tidal pool is our dark.
And I'm going to see if I did. Yes, we are facing the same way. Okay. All right. I just wanted to make sure that they blend over each other. So I didn't want to get it wrong, but it looks like you and I have it facing the same way.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe.
Yeah.
No, you're.
Do we? Oh, I have my stencil 1 is up at the top, if that helps.
Mine was, and then I flipped it. Leah is probably thinking, all right, really quick. Can we check? Is the 2, do you have 2 or do I have it upside down?
I have 1. And
so it's this one. Why is this confusing? Is it this? Maybe it's this. The comments are probably going.
I'll adjust to you. I'll just go to yours like that. There. Now we're the same.
Let's see. Leah's talking to me. Let's see what the boss says. I think you have your foiled image upside down. What should I do? Is it this one?
Yeah, just do it that way, Jeff, and I'll just adjust to you.
Okay, got it.
There. So I think we're matchy now.
Is that correct?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay. Sorry,
We got
everybody. Okay. If you have not seen this design in person up close, you would have more empathy, everybody at home. Sorry about that.
No, he's good.
Okay. All right. So what color are we pulling first, my friend?
Aquamarine.
There you go. So it's Leah. All right. So this is a blending technique first, right?
Yeah, we're just going to do some simple blending. We are going to create a gradation. I do encourage you, though, for both of these colors, the Tidal Pool and Aquamarine, to try to do a light blend. And I'm probably talking more to myself than you because I'm really heavy-handed when I ink blend. My goal is to go kind of light, but still create a gradation where it's darker at the top and lighter at the bottom. But that's easy to do because we are introducing a darker ink.
Okay.
Not super light, but like a medium shade.
Okay.
If that makes sense.
And this is at the top of all of my open spots, correct?
You can just start at the bottom half with the aquamarine.
Oh, okay.
You can go at the top too. That's fine. It doesn't matter. You can start at the top too. It doesn't really matter. I like to start with my light and then move to my darker shade. I don't know why. That's kind of like how I like to do it. And now I'm going to grab Tidal Pool or Tidal Pond and do the upper half.
But aquamarine goes to at least half of it?
Yes.
Okay.
And I will overlap a little bit of the aquamarine with the Tidal Pond.
Okay.
Just creating a real simple gradation with these two colors. These colors are so pretty.
I need to just spend a day ink blending and getting my technique down. I find it the most challenging, and you're right, I go a little heavy-handed.
That's my problem too. The only reason why I don't want to go so heavy-handed this time is because we want to get contrast with our ink pads for the next step. So once you're finished ink blending, we'll move on to the next step.
Okay. All right, 2 colors down on stencil 1. Am I done with stencil 1?
So we're going to leave stencil 1 in place, and now we're going to add the texture. So the fun part, the new kind of technique. I'm going to slide this up a little bit so I'm more centered. I'm going to start with aquamarine again, my light. And I'm going to hold it, but I'm going to angle it. So this top edge of the ink pad is what's coming in contact with the stencil and the paper. I don't want to press the whole ink pad down. I just want that edge of the ink pad. So you want to angle it to do that. Okay. And then I'll press, and I kind of like to do it at an angle. So I'm holding my ink pad at an angle, just imagining that line of the foam pad or the felt pad. And then I'm going to press down at an angle, diagonal angle. Hope that kind of makes sense. And you see I get these marks.
Oh, cool. And I'm doing this with aquamarine, correct?
We're going to start with aquamarine.
Okay.
And I'll go all the way up to like halfway, just like we did with the ink blending. Okay, I'm going to call that Dunsies. And now I'm going to move on to my Tidal Pond, my darker shade. And I'm just going to repeat that process, hold it at an angle, and make sure my ink pad is also diagonal because I like that diagonal strike or line, and do the upper quadrants. I'll even do some of the lower ones where I ink blended a little bit, where I overlapped the two colors.
Okay.
I think that's about it.
And we're ready to lift on this one?
Yep. Remove my tape. And there you're left with some kind of cool texture on those areas that you ink blended.
Nice. All right.
Now we're just going to kind of repeat this process with the other stencils. So let's move on to stencil 2.
Okay.
Find it. I'm going to put these in order so I don't do this again. There we go. Line it up. And for this one, let's move on to Sapphire and Stargazer.
Okay. Sapphire and Stargazer.
Sapphires are light and Stargazers are dark. And just like we did before, we're going to ink blend the lower half with our light first, and then the upper half with Stargazer or dark. So I'm going to start with Sapphire. Tap off some of the excess. This is like a cobalt blue, really pretty.
Yeah, this is a really pretty blue. One of my favorites.
And then I'll move on to Stargazer. I know I'm being kind of messy up here, but I will cut that all off so I won't have to worry about that.
Okay, grabbing the Stargazer.
This one is one of my favorite colors. It's kind of underrated. I use it a ton for florals, for the leaves and some kind of dark flowers, just to add that dark shade so you get a little bit more contrast. I love this color. It's a little bit more interesting than just adding black to beef up, to make more contrast. It's got that blue tone to it.
Yeah, you're right. Not often used, and looks like it has a great level to it that you can really add. Wonder if Dee uses it for her blue flowers. We know she loves a good blue flower.
Dee would be the expert. I would definitely be curious what she uses. And now I'm ready to do the ink pad direct to the stencil onto the paper. Starting first with Sapphire. Clean, they got something on there. And because we kept it kind of light, I'm definitely getting contrast, which is what I want. I want these lines to show up. We're going through this extra effort of adding some texture. I want it to show up. So by keeping it light, we're definitely going to get that contrast. Hopefully I didn't go too heavy-handed with the Stargazer. That's the one I'm worried about a little bit.
Let's hope everybody's having fun in the comments. Hope everyone is enjoying the show so far. Hey, Jeff here with the Craft Hour. Craft Hour is randomly on Saturdays, and we always appreciate your participation. Hope you're having a great holiday as you get ready for the holidays. And your family, the weather is perfect and you're having a great time. To everybody joining us, I see Barb is here. She's loving this new technique. Tweed Curtain, a new name to me. Tweed, I hope that you are welcome and having fun with us. Vicki Davis, so glad that you're here. And Jane, I'm glad that you like all of those blues. That's awesome. We always enjoy having you here. Let's see, we've got 96-ish concurrent viewers and 178 in total. So we're doing good. I hope you're having great. We want to hit a 50 mark on our thumbs up. So grab just a second, hit thumbs up. It helps the algorithm know that we're out here playing. Share with your friends and family that you're participating along by taking a picture of you maybe crafting or watching the show with us. You participating along helps more people join us, which helps us do more. And again, if we hit 50, well, we'll give out a $50 gift card, perfect for the holidays. I better get back down to my desktop, everybody, and get some more gradation going. This time we're adding that stargazer in, right? I'm probably catching up to you, my friend.
Yes. All right, I'm going to remove this one.
So fun. All right. We have a 50 hit. We did it, everybody. That means $50 gift card is coming up soon. Check the comments and Leah will announce momentarily. $50 is a lot of fun to spend during the holidays, especially when you've used all that holiday money for all the gifts you have to give. You can treat yourself for a moment, right? Vicki Davis, we just talked about you. You're number one, my friend. You get $50 with Pink Fresh Studio, which is awesome. All right, Shannon, I'm loving this so much. We're now ready to go to the next one?
Yes. So for the next, we're on stencil 3 now, and let's do the sleeper combo, the slumber and the storm.
Okay.
Slumbers are light, storm is our dark. These two colors are some I rarely use, but I really do like the muted look of these. And I just need to like get them in my repertoire more. I kind of forget about them.
Yeah, when you're working with Pink Fresh, you sometimes go for those naturally floral colors. So you probably do have a group of colors that are used more, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Leah has done that a lot for the holidays. She has introduced a lot of cools to her work this winter. So be sure to check out Leah and a lot of her lives. Live with Leah, of course, is an option. And then her duo shows that she does with Heather. And then Heather has used cools a lot too.
I tend to gravitate to the really bright, bold colors like Raspberry Bliss. I use that one a ton. And I need to get more in the habit of kind of mixing it up, I think, a little bit with my, I get kind of bored of my same colors over and over again.
Oh, I got it.
All right. And now for the ink pad. These colors, I think, have a really wintry look. It's like almost a stormy, snowy day look. A storm.
A storm, yeah.
Their name Storm. We hosted a Christmas party at our house last night. Our family.
Oh, first of all, did you have host anxiety? How'd it go?
It was just my family. It's just my family. Okay. So I'm not that nervous, that it is a lot of work anytime you have people over. But we decided to do a themed Christmas party. And
ooh,
we did a Christmas story Christmas party. And I made meatloaf and red cabbage and mashed potatoes.
That's great.
It was a lot of fun.
Did you pat yourself on the back and say this worked? This was awesome.
Yes, just because it was just fun and the food turned out good. Usually when I host, I like to hang out with everybody, so I do a crock pot. But this time I had to actually cook in the kitchen. So I had to, so I was proud of myself that I got the timing right, because that's a big one.
Okay.
And I got the timing right on all the food, and it was warm and it tasted okay.
That's awesome. This is a super fun technique that we're doing. This has a lot of ways that you can use this. This is great.
Oh, good. I'm so glad you're liking it. I just love the texture. I think it's fun to see, you know, it's a totally different look. It's a totally different look.
Yeah. Yeah.
And now we're on to the last stencil. And it comes to
Christina agrees, by the way. She says, I never thought I'd use an ink pad to do design through a stencil. This is such a great idea. And Cheryl, oh my goodness, Cheryl, I need to have Dan run that card up that you just sent. I want you to see what Cheryl sent me. She sent me this beautiful card.
I would love to see
Cheryl. All right. So time for stencil number 4?
Yes. And the last one is going to be summer shower and seaside.
Okay.
And of course, we had a couple of cocktails. We had a Red Ryder BB gun cocktail, which is just like a gin and tonic with pomegranate juice.
Okay.
And then an old fashioned, which I just called Oldsmobile. What did I call it? Oldsmobile man? Yeah, because he says his dad is an Oldsmobile man. But that's just because I wanted to have an old fashioned. And it seemed fitting for that story to have something really traditional.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, those drink ideas sound fantastic. I'm sorry, summer shower is my first one. I'm sorry.
Yep, summer showers. And then seaside. These are the last 2 inks.
I have not seen the new A Christmas Story Christmas yet.
Oh my gosh, it's so good. I had kind of low expectations, but I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, that's awesome. What is everybody's favorite holiday movie? Why don't you put that in the comments, which is good. They're loving your old-fashioned idea. What tape is Channin using to hold down her stencils is a question.
I'm using micropore tape. This is a tape I saw Jennifer McGuire use one time, and I bought a whole bunch. And so I'm still working my way through it, but I do really like it. It's like a medical tape. I don't know if you can see the name inside of there.
Okay.
But it's kind of matte and a little bit transparent. So I like that I can kind of see through it. That's been handy a lot of times. And I'm still working my way through I think I ended up buying like 12 rolls or something. I'm a sucker for if it's cheap price per unit. So I almost always buy the bulk thing because it's cheaper price per unit.
I get it. And I'm using the mint tape from our friends over at scrapbook.com. Cheryl, I have asked Dan to bring up the mail from it's displayed downstairs, but I want everybody to see your beautiful card using the Jeff Alphas. I think it's already been featured as a blog hop, but I just want everybody to see it in person before the show ends. So I hope to get that up. And we're ready to do our technique. It looks like you are, so I'm going to go for it. We have a Christmas cantata tonight to take. Miss Sally is visiting, and that's my mom, for those of you who don't know. And we're going to a Christmas concert tonight at a favorite local church that is so supportive and loving. And we have a wedding to go to tomorrow. We all have crazy calendars during the holidays, right? It's just like so much. Hi, everybody. Hope you're having fun at the Craft Hour. I'm your host, Jeff Lindberg. I hope that you're here. If you're new, hit us with a new. If you're here with to see our special guests, make sure you hit us with a C. We have so many people that are sharing about what they love for the holiday movies, Hallmark movies, of course, A Christmas Story, and The Nutcracker for us. Debbie, I love that you love the Jeff Alpha. I love it too. Mine was Spirited this year. I thought it was so good. I didn't think that a Will Ferrell, Ryan Reynolds movie would be that great, but it was totally great. So I'm going to recommend Spirited for everybody.
Spirited was really good. That was fun.
This is so fun. Okay, there we go.
Okay, so now that we've got it all the ink blending done and the the texture added, we're ready to die cut it out. So we're gonna grab that quadrant backdrop die.
Okay. Jennifer, I'm glad you love Spirited as well. And then Linda's got a cookie exchange to go to tomorrow. I've never been to a cookie exchange. That sounds fun too.
Grab some tape and use that American Support tape. Now we do have to be careful when you tape this, not to get your tape on the actual foiled areas. I have to remind myself that every time. One more piece.
Where did you grow up, my friend? Are there any holiday weather or holiday memories that you have growing up?
I grew up here in Arizona, so
Oh, you did?
it's
Okay.
definitely a different kind of winter holiday. But if you're not familiar with Arizona, we do have snow here. It's just, you just have to drive up 2 hours to get up to some snow if you want to. So that's something we would do when we were kids. I don't particularly like that. So we haven't really done it as much with our children but I should, because I definitely did enjoy it when I was a kid. But we just we go outside a lot more, I think, because we enjoy the good weather. We'll do some heights. That's nice.
Yeah, how about the decorating around your house? Do you have a lot? I'm so late. I'm doing it now as we speak, actually.
We don't do a lot. We do have lights just strung up around the roof line or whatever. That's pretty much. Oh, we do have one of those I don't know what they're called. Those projector laser.
Oh, you do? Wow.
Yeah. Because those are easy.
Okay.
You just stick them in the ground and then point it at, your house, and your house has a lot more lights.
Yeah, I went and on Amazon, there's a product called Govi, which is these computer programmed lights that are able to do all kinds of cool stuff. And I put them in this prominent tree that's in our front yard. So look at this fun technique, everybody. This is so awesome. And I was wondering about Leah. She says, I never get over snow. I love it. And it's even better with mountains. So I'm super excited to be moving back because we know that Leah's moving. But I was wondering if she would be over the snow, but she said that she never gets over it. How about that? All right. Are we dimensionalizing this in any way? Do I need to do any pre-work on this? Are we putting it to the side?
I just kept it simple and just adhered it to the A2 top folding card base front. So we can do that right now. You could, of course, add dimension if you wanted to.
Okay.
But we have our sentiment has some dimension.
Get that top folding going. Let me see. Did you do yours? I know it doesn't have to be the same, but I want it to be. Is the circle in the quarter or no? Yep. Okay, perfect. And you're ready? You're okay with me gluing this now?
Yep. All right ahead. I'm gonna hold that down for a second. No, you're right. You don't have to cut it out. I cut it out because it was easier to get it to be the A2 panel size. I just found it easier that way than trying to cut it with a paper trimmer. That's why I decided to cut it out. But yeah, you're absolutely right. You do not have to cut it out.
Is there something in the comments? What are people saying?
They're just saying you didn't have to cut it out with the die. That's right. You don't have to.
Oh, I see. I'm going to check in with everybody and see how we're doing on our numbers. Got so many viewers, which is great. I hope everybody's having fun with us, and the Christmas holiday movies are pouring in, which is good. So glad. Colleen, I agree. She's really nice, and then she's so talented, and this is the second time she's been on the show. Carol says, how did I not know you were on today? Well, that could be your host. Maybe I should have promoted it just a little bit more. Don't tell Leah she's on. She might be mad at me if I didn't promote it enough, but maybe a lot of people will watch it in the replay, and then we'll have more fun in the replays. Barbara says that she's so over the snow. She gets older and she's just saying, I'm not loving it anymore. Audrey, I'm glad that you're having so much fun. I love that. That's great. Dee, you're moving back to the East Coast? I'm so confused. I thought we were excited about you being in California.
Yeah, you have to stay in California long enough for me to come over and visit you.
Yeah. Maybe just for the holidays she's missing it or something.
Oh, okay.
This is so fun. All right. So we did a little magic of television, everybody, because it's already 1:42. It's only an hour show. So you saw that we got those Jeff Alphas ready, and we got them pre-done. I did do a four. I did a foursome here. I did 2 for the back, and I did 2 for the actual dimensionalized letter, because I thought it would bring in some dimension. And you got yours done before the show too, my friend?
Yes, I did. I used foam adhesive. All right, that's what I have. One last one to do, but I like that idea, Jeff. That sounds like really stable and they look so good. How great are these letters though, guys? This alphabet set is awesome.
What is our do you have a technique for laying out the T, the H? Do you eye it? Do you use the T on that first line there?
I eye it. I do use, luckily this is kind of a grid, so I use that too, but I'm going to let's make our sub-sentiment first before we get it all kind of laid out. That way we can kind of see that everything together. And I am going to use a piece of press and seal. So once I get everything figured out, I'm going to get in, place my press and seal over and pick it all up and then glue it down.
Okay. Can I see your completed card one more time so I know what direction we're headed? Got it. I see what you're saying. Okay. I'm just going to go on the bottom. Perfect.
So I'm going to grab my stuff, my Misty, because we're going to stamp that. And the You're the Best stamp set. So this is where I've done something that a lot of stampers are afraid of. I cut my stamp. But it's really easy to kind of put it back together. And if it means I'm going to use this stamp set even more now, I think it's worth it. But if that's scary to you, you can always just this one would be easy to kind of tape off when you're inking it up, and then remove the tape or remove the whatever mask you're using that you placed over and you are doing a great job. Remove that and then stamp your sentiment, and you have it that way too. So both work. So I'll show you my cut stamp here. Just used my scissors and trimmed it off of the rest. So now I have You Are Incredible. I love a sub-sentiment. I almost always have sub-sentiments with my card. I just love the way it looks.
It's also a very Laura Fedora thing to have a sub-sentiment.
Well, I learned from the best.
Yeah, I mean, come on. I need to get her back on the show too.
Yeah, she's amazing. Always learn something from Laura.
Okay. And do you have your it really tight to the E and to the Y as far as the cut?
Will
Will you be having it tight? Not a lot of white space. I mean, next to that E, just go ahead and cut it tight. I don't know if you can see.
Oh yeah, when I cut mine out, I actually kind of fussy cut it, so I didn't use a paper trimmer. I'll hold it up here so you can see.
Great. All right. Oh, you did. Look at that. You, yeah, friends, if you think I'm going to fussy cut to that degree, you are all crazy. She even has font bubbles around hers. That is not happening with me. All right, there's mine. I swear the sun is shining here in Orlando, but the way my office is lighting up, it doesn't seem that way. All right, we love the link going up. Let's see. Mindy's here. Hi, Mindy. You're fine. You can watch a replay. It's all good. Connie loves that we are a little diverse today and doing something non-floral here at Pink Fresh. I love that too. Sometimes you got to shake it up just a little bit. I'm going to talk to everybody for just a minute because I cheated and did this beforehand. So you can all watch our lovely designer do it on her box over there. Connie, thank you for saying that looks great. Bonnie Jameson, I will let Leah answer that question. Wendy, you're right. Dimension is life, which is good. Is Laura here in the show? She sometimes comes to the shows. I wonder if she's here today. And Dee, of course, we did white on white letters just for you. And there's blue in this. There's not blue leaves, but still. Leah, I'm going back in comments. I wasn't saying you're mean. I just don't want to mess up. I want to be a very good employee. That's all I'm saying. Everybody getting ready for the holidays. Don't forget we are participating in a special giveaway this time. We're doing 50. Let's do 50 on the 50-minute mark. Let's do $50 on the 50-minute mark. We're 2 minutes away from that. Let's give away another $50 gift card because that would be so much fun. Gail, I'm with you. Why do you want a fussy cut? I'm not into it either. And I will avoid it at all costs, which is good, Let's do $50 on the 50. And so 2 minutes from now, we're going to give away our second gift card. And I hope that everybody takes a moment to play with these new products and treat yourself. You know, that's the one thing is that when we are the kindness league that we are, which I think that card makers naturally are, I think sometimes we forget to get back to ourselves. So I hope that you're treating yourself. As we await our 50 on the 50, why don't you tell me something that you are treating yourself with? What are you treating yourself with this time? Is there anything, even non-craft making, are you splurging on yourself? Is there a treat yourself moment that you are going to participate in? Are you doing something a little bit different this year as a way to thank yourself? I want to hear about it in the comments. Let's make that our second question. And then in 1 minute, we'll give away to a second participant who has been with us. As you can see, we tried a new technique and we're getting ready to line up our alphas as well as our sub-sentiment, our little sidecar. CP over there is fussy cutting, which I cannot do, but look at her hands and she's got a great manicure at the same time. I mean, is she not perfection? She's perfection. All right. I think I might have to use the grid though. I don't know. You might be braver than me. And I did not get my, Mr. McGuire foil out. Should I get it out or should I not?
Is it the press and seal?
Yeah, maybe I should get it really quick.
Yeah, I would recommend it. It would make
all right.
things easier.
Look at that fussy cutting while I'm gone. I'll be right back.
All right, we're just about done. There we go. I mean, I don't think it took me longer than a couple minutes. Not too bad. But boy, did I get dirty today. All right, I'm going to start to line up my letters. Actually, I'm going to add some foam adhesive to the backside of this, just so they're all resting at the same height. Oops. And I'm going to grab this guy that flew off because I'm not ready to stick it down quite yet.
All right, I don't know where the press and seal is in order to get it ready for the show.
That's all right. You can use if you could just wing it. You could also use tape.
Yep, I think I'm going to wing it. I'm going to wing it, everybody. I've done it before on the show. I'll do it again.
That's my bad. I didn't warn you that to get that ready beforehand.
Oh, that is okay. And like you said, the grid totally is going to help with this.
I do overlap the A and the N. I'll keep this on screen so you can see. I do overlap them a little bit just to kind of get it tighter.
Okay.
And I'm going to use mine original as a reference too. It'll just make things go faster.
It would be helpful if y'all didn't have to see the side of my face. Hello. All right, there we go, everybody. All right, that 50 on 50. Ingrid Aries, 2 minutes ago, you got a $50 gift card, my friend. Ingrid, have fun. And another tip from Leah is you can use the lines in the foiling to help line those letters up. And that's exactly what I'm going to do. Cheat just a little bit. And then
It helps a lot.
Because they are about the perfect height to the Jeff Alpha.
Okay, I think that I'm happy with that. I like my sentiment over on the right a little bit, my sub-sentiment, so I'm going to leave it that way. Where's my press and seal? Here it is. He went a little
to the K and the S for me so that I can make sure that the A and the N have a nice center spot. So I will lock the top and the bottom first.
Yes, thank goodness for press and seal. I agree. I use it a ton. And I'm always surprised every time I use it in a video, someone will say, what is it that you're using? And I'm always like, wow, I'm surprised. Let me introduce you to this amazing thing.
I know, right? Yeah, I don't know if I would have been able to do that if it wasn't for the grids, but those grids made that super easy. There we go. As I respell the word thanks 15 times just to make sure that I'm getting it right. And I'm going to dimensionalize my sentiment to give it a little lift since I did not plan for it with a little foam tape. And I'm going to be wild and I'm going to do it dead center. Actually,
ooh, I love it. I love that idea.
Okay, there we go. What a fun technique. That's awesome. Okay, while we have a second, so good, so good. While we have a second, let's celebrate my colleague, our colleague, Cheryl, who sent a lovely wedding card. And you've all seen it already, but I just want you to see it one more time in person so you can see the dimension and I can show it off. I thought this was so sweet. This is a lovely card from Cheryl.
Oh my gosh, that's stunning.
Come on, Cheryl, so sweet. We saw it on the release, but it's so much more fun to play with it in the light and to show everybody how simple and elegant, and me, and the fact that she used Jeff Alpha's, so great. So Cheryl, thank you so much. If you have a Pink Fresh Studio product card that you want me to show off, you're more than welcome to send it. You can attach your details over in Instagram. I'll be happy to feature your card, show off some Pink Fresh Studio products. So that's a lot of fun. Hey, can I send you to the waiting room so we can say goodbye to everybody and you can adjust your camera? Does that sound good? All right, back to the waiting room you go. Those are those cards. This is the one we made today, everybody. Oh, she's so good at what she does, right? She's so good. She just, it's so effortless. It's so me every single time. And she is the kindest person. So it makes for a great show. I'm just so happy right now. All right, Shelly, thank you again. I appreciate that. Let's see if Shannon's ready to come back. Let's see. Just got to fix that landscape one more time and then we'll be good to go. Right. Does that every single time. So silly.
There you
go. Ingrid, I agree. So good. Mindy, thank you very much. Just trying to catch up to you, my friend. All right. So you mentioned your amazing holiday party last night, but do you have any other big events coming up that you've got to go? Is the mom calendar crazy?
I'm one of 5 siblings, and the reason why we did a Halloween party is we are doing like pop-ups. We're each doing a Christmas pop-up. That was my pop-up. So tonight, I'm going to one of my other sister's pop-ups. And in her neighborhood, they have a little like lake or river. I don't know, a man-made lake, and they have the boats that will go around with lights on it too. So we're going to watch that, and that'll be really fun.
Oh, that sounds so much fun. That sounds great. I have that moment where I'm going to a wedding tomorrow and you want to like have a cool outfit, but I didn't get an outfit. So I'm just going to be wearing the standard Jeff uniform suit. I wish that I was prepared for tomorrow, but I'm not. Oh, well, it is what it is. All right, look at this beautiful card, everybody. You want to hold up yours and I'll hold up mine? So fantastic. Such a neat technique. And such a different technique, and it is just another way to expand upon those colors in whole new ways. Friend, thanks for another episode. I always appreciate when you join me. You make it so effortless. The hour flies by and the product is good. I mean, what more could you ask for?
It's always so fun to do it. Thanks, Jeff.
Awesome. No problem. I hope that everybody enjoyed the show. And to our 2 winners, oh my gosh, I hope that you have super fun. Ingrid, have fun with your $50. And oh my goodness, who was our other one? Vicky, I hope you have fun too. And we hope everybody has a great holiday. We'll be having more scheduled details about future craft hours coming up. You can see Leah and Heather through the holidays, as well as all kinds of cool events happening. If you follow Pink Fresh Studio. Speaking of following, can you remind us where we can all find you, my friend?
Oh my goodness. So you can find me on Instagram. It's just my name, Channin Pelletier. And then I have a YouTube channel, and I believe it's just Channin Pelletier as well. You can find those links if you go through my Instagram account.
Perfect. And you can find me at Mr. Jeff Lindberg right there in the corner. Engage with me on Instagram, and we can have a lot of fun. I promise to talk to everybody. And if you leave things here in the comments, we'll connect with you as well. All right, everybody, have a great Saturday, safe holidays, and a joyous one, no matter what you celebrate or how you celebrate. Make it special and make it connective. And also don't forget to treat yourself like we talked about in the comments. Have a great afternoon, everybody. We'll see you on the next Craft Hour coming up soon. Thanks, everyone.